Hey everybody, well my little wood stove finally came. I actually ordered this thing a month ago, and the order sat in, I don't know, does that mean pending or something like that, for a week. Then they confirmed it a week later, and then it finally shipped. But it took 2 weeks for them to actually put it on a truck and get it here. And I ended up having to pick it up at the post office because they said it's oversized. It is not oversized. This is my hand. This thing is tiny. My hand. I guess I kind of have big hands, but my hand almost covers the whole thing. Ooh, almost went out. That wood's a little bit... Ow, that's smoky. Yeah, the wood's a little bit wet. But anyway, I'm doing the first burn out here to get the paint off. I've read a lot of reviews on this, and I've watched a lot of videos on this, and I hope that wind's not messing with you. And I know that the paint burns off. I didn't take those stickers off. There's another one over here. I didn't take those off. Yeah, well, I know it's going to burn off anyway. So let's talk about this little thing for a little bit. A lot smaller than what I thought it was going to be, which I'm kind of happy. It came with 3 sections of pipe. 1, 2, 3, and then they call it a spark arrestor. It's not. It's not a spark arrestor. It's just like a rain cap. And if you notice, the pipe is lapped incorrectly for a wood stove. And what I mean by that is this should be facing the other way, where this piece goes over top of the piece coming down. That's just because when creosote sticks to the side of the pipe and it runs down, this will just allow it to run out. But this is intentionally designed this way. These are not a permanent type of setup. They're for, well, temporary use. But for 60 bucks, you can't beat it. Yeah, I can see a lot of moisture coming out of that. Can you see that right there? It's bubbling out down there. There's a lot of moisture in there. I'm gonna have to find some drier wood to throw in here. This one doesn't come with the grate in it. Some of them do, apparently, and the door is notched like that, to where you can take your little ash getter-outer tool and reach in there and drag the ashes out. Also, this one does not have a draft in the back, and it does not have the ash removal from the bottom. This is just a little tiny can, I guess, and you can see the metal isn't very thick. Maybe an 1/8 inch or something. It's probably not very durable, but for 60 bucks, you know, whatever, it's going to do what I want it to do. These little tubes, it's kind of funny, they call them baking tubes. Like, I could get a hot dog in there, that's about it. There's a lot of people talk about putting potatoes in there. Maybe there's like little tiny red potatoes, you could roll a couple in there maybe, wrap them up in tinfoil, and I don't know. A hot dog, maybe like a bratwurst or something, that'd be about it. Yeah, it's not, maybe this model's different than those other ones. It obviously is different, so I don't know. And I've seen where these tubes are removable. These ones are not. They're tack welded on right there, and there's a couple welds up through there. You cannot remove these tubes without grinding it off. The legs, I noticed when I put the feet on, one problem they were having was the bottom of the pipe was open, and mud and crap would get up in there. Then of course when you break it down, everything folds up and goes inside this thing. All the chimney, everything goes inside this, and you can latch the door and, you know, carry it. This one actually has carrying handles on it too. I'll show you in a minute. But the feet, they would get mud and stuff up in there, and then people would throw them in there, go wherever they're going, and then all that mud would dry or just run out all over top of everything, and it was a mess. These actually have plugs in the ends, so that's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, here's the little ash getter-outer thingamajig. Here's a little scratchy round doohickey. I'll set those down. These, of course, collapse in. These are considered drying racks, and everybody says you can hang your wet socks from them and do that sort of thing. You can fold them up, and then you have a level cooking surface. These are the handles, and I think the whole weight of this including the cardboard box that it was in and all the packing, was like 22 pounds. I carried this out here just a minute ago, and it didn't feel like 22 pounds. Of course, it didn't have the packing on it, but I don't know, it felt like maybe 10 pounds to me. So, yeah, I'm doing my first burnout here because, like I said, I've done the red reviews, and the paint burns off and makes a terrible mess, but I don't have a hot enough fire yet. Let's see if we can get this going some more. So I had a couple little chunks of 2x6 laying around. I tossed them in there. They're pretty dry. They're burning a lot better. I can see smoke already starting to come off the top of it. So I'm going to get back. Okay, so I've been playing around with this for, I don't know, 15 minutes or 20 minutes or something like that. I don't know. Some kind of minutes. And I think the first thing that I've noticed that I don't really like about it is it seems that the chimney's too small. It's, I think it's 2 1/4 inch pipe. It goes up to the thingy. Because I've got a pretty good fire going on there. Everything does seem to be burning pretty good. But when I shut the door, you hear it kind of puffing, like it's starving. And here in a second, it's going to start smoking real bad. You can still see there are some flames in there. Yeah, there, see the smoke starting to puff out a little bit right there. Yeah, it's starting to cough. It's gagging. I wish there was an air draft right here, and I may end up cutting one in. But this is only the first time I've ever messed with it, so I don't know. With every wood stove, there's a learning curve. But you can see it's really starting to smoke now. I don't know if that shows up or not. And the fire is still just barely going in there. You can see it looks like it's gassing a little bit. It's starving for air. I never was able to get it hot enough to burn off any paint. It smoked for a little bit, and then it quit. I think that's because I've been playing with the door. Well, it appears to be burning in there now. It's still puffing, though. So if this were in a building or a tent or whatever, that smoke that keeps puffing out of here every now and then, that would be coming into the tent. Instead of going up the chimney's still smoking. You know what? It actually doesn't look that bad now. I don't know, maybe I just gotta mess with this a little bit more. It is still burning in there. I just moved the firewood around inside there, the chunks of 2x6s. So maybe I stirred up the coals just right or something. Well, I'm going to leave the door shut now. It's not smoking as bad as it was a second ago, so I'm just going to let it go. So I let it go for about 15 minutes, and it's still burning, but it's burning really slow. It didn't smother itself. It is still smoking a little bit. I think you can see that. I don't know if you can or not. But I don't know, maybe it just burns slow, I guess. There is a good bit of heat coming off of it, surprisingly. But at the same time, it is paper thin. And there's no mass to this, so when the fire goes out, the heat stops. I know a lot of people put fire bricks in them and fill them with sand and stuff like that. I may consider that. I don't know. I don't know yet. I think I need some better firewood. I don't know. Pine burns pretty good. Anybody that's ever started a fire, use a couple chunks of 2x4 or 2x6, whatever, and you got a good fire pretty quick. Yeah, there's still flames in there. So I guess it just burns slower. Maybe I was trying to make it burn too fast or something. Now, if I open the door, I bet there will be smoke. Yeah, see the smoke? So, yeah, that would come straight out into the building or the tent or whatever. So I don't like that. I think I will be at least adding a rack in there to keep the firewood separate from the ashes. But, well, I don't know. It never did get hot enough to burn off. Well, it's hot, but it's not. It is pretty windy today, so maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know. I like it so far, I guess. So I might have figured out what this thing likes with this kind of wood that I'm burning. You can see it's really clean up there. There's hardly any smoke coming out now. And I hope the heat waves are showing on that. There's heat coming off of this. A lot more heat now. I closed off the draft and just cracked the door a little bit. And it really seems to like that. It started smoking again, but then it quit. So, I don't know, maybe the paint's not going to burn off today. Maybe it's just too cold outside now with the wind blowing on it and everything. If I open the door really slow, it seems not to spit as much smoke out. There's some smoke, but yeah, it's smoking out here now. And of course you have to open the door to throw firewood in. I threw another couple chunks of 2x6 in there. But it really seems to like this. I restricted a lot of the draft, and I think it probably redirected it too. It's not just coming in and going straight up. Of course, there's air coming down through here, but it's also getting more air down through here. So maybe that's helping it. But that took care of the smoke problem. And I really need to try it with some real good firewood, dried, I don't know, hickory or stuff like that. But, oh, and I also leveled it up. And I can show you those plugs in the thing now. I think you can see. Let me see if I get the camera. Yeah, they're just little plugs that go in there. I leveled it up thinking maybe if it was just a little bit higher in the back, maybe that would stop some of the smoke spilling out the front. I didn't really notice any difference. It's not that big of a difference there anyway. That's only a little chunk of 3/4. But yeah, this is kind of fun. I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing to work right. I do wish I had some better firewood. So I think I know where some might be. Maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll give it a shot. So I'm just gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna leave it open tonight and let it burn like it is. No, actually I think I'm gonna open this, lock that in, set those things down, and just let it do its thing for the rest of the night. You can see it started smoking a lot more. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Oh, and what I meant earlier when I said that's a spark, or it's not a spark arrestor, there's no screen in it. It is just completely open. The little thingy on the top that looks like a UFO, that's just a rain cap to stop the rain from running down inside of it. It's not a spark arrestor. Yeah, you can see a lot of smoke. I think you can see a lot of smoke coming out of there now. Yeah. So it doesn't like the way it is right now. So, but I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it do its thing. Let it smolder there all night. We're not going to have any rain tonight, so I don't have to worry about it getting waterlogged or anything. I think in the morning I'll probably tinker with it some more. Maybe I'll take it down to the garage and cut a different draft in it or something. Yeah, the other ones, like I said, they have there's a draft in the back. This is like a sticker. It says, well, it's not a sticker, it's like a metal plate of some sort. EPA, this is not a certified residential wood heater for portable and temporary use only. Well, thank you, I guess. So, yeah. I don't know. I like it. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, and if I didn't say, by the way, I ordered this from Sportsman's Guide. They're all over the internet. I paid $60 for it. You can get them. Actually, I haven't seen them any cheaper than that. I've seen them about the same price. There's some accessories you can get. There's a water bottle that sits here. I don't know. You can just put a pot of water on it as far as I'm concerned. Excuse me. A lot of people make longer legs, which I probably will. Because when I'm standing here, my knee is right here. Right at the top of it. That's how short it is. It's a lot smaller than what I thought. And I'm pretty happy with that. So, okay, I guess thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.